Okay, today we're gonna try something. I don't know what I'm looking at. You agree that you are at least 13 years of age and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. Always? What is with this game and being disturbed? I don't even know. A friend of mine told me to kind of just do this, and so here I am. Let me make sure. I feel like this wouldn't be a very high-demand game, but you never know. My computer is terrible at running stuff, so I'm going to play it safe. Interesting. Okay, there we go. I like the music actually. But you know, I try to make sure that I'm not overpowering anything here. Auto forward time. Text speed. Unseen text. After choices. Skip. I don't know why I don't want to skip anything, right? That wouldn't. Okay. Enter my name. Hold on. The obvious thing would be to put something like, yeah, or my real name, or both my real name, one of them spelled correctly. What should I put as my name? Let me think. That's me. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. What a slut. Okay. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. Wow. It's like, and you're willing to talk about her like that. No, you're a terrible friend. Apparently, I'm a terrible friend. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Oh, okay. All of a sudden it makes sense. I do have that kind of friend. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Let's do that thing. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Because I'm powerless of my own will.
I overslept again.
Okay, I can't do that all the way. But I got you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Oh wait, I'm talking for me now. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. It's like the whole inner monologue is about the possibility. That's mean, Puddin'. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. Don't read into it too much. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. I know I don't get the names right. I don't have that vernacular down. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Puddin', have you decided on a club to join yet? Oh man, you know, there's so many clubs, like, I don't know which one I'll actually pick. A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. Maybe a putter, I don't know. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. I swear, I don't know who I'm reading for anymore. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Oh, he's not talking to her anymore. Sayori likes to worry a little bit too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I wonder what the demographic of this game is. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you don't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. So blunt, this game. I feel like they're targeting a specific demographic with this dialogue. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Okay, I forgot what that stands for. Right? Because that's an acronym. Right? You trust me, right? I'm pretty sure it's an acronym for something. I forgot. I don't know things. Why? People don't watch me because I know things. People don't watch me. Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. Oh man, this guy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? I don't know. Because you want to wang bang? I don't know. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me, want to ease her mind a little bit, at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Man, that reminds me of another character in this game. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. Oh good, we're skipping that part. Because I remember the tedious part of anything was this. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Jeez, this guy. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Oh man, I can't wait to talk about that stuff. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. How did you not realize that? I mean, if you're willing to space out, like, shouldn't you know that you're, like, completely... I don't know. I just thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Gross. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. We have bad habits. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... Know what? Well, that you could come into my club, Oh, jeez. That's a huge proposal, Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club.
Meanie.
Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Ah. Oh, wait. That sounds like a thing. Hold on. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. You know, she never even picked up a book. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to start a new club. Is it the melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya? What the heck? Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. Oh, so she didn't come up with the idea? That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well... I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's just so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. I was like, what is this guy, a first year? Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always has nice things about you. Seriously, you bra boy. Way to kill the atmosphere. Oh jeez, it's that kind of game. Ah, Puddin', what a nice surprise. Oh, she knows me. Why does it say Girl 3 if she knows me? Shouldn't I know her back? Like, why is she still uncredited if I allegedly know her? Right? Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. I mean, if you're into that, I don't know. I was like, but they're all like teenagers, so I'm not super into it. That's kind of creepy. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Oh, jeez, what is with her? I don't even know what I did. What? Sorry. Natsuki. Humph. Okay, now we have her name. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Like, hold on, she's the only one you don't recognize, but the other two are still uncredited. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Then why is she acting like she owns the thing? What the crap? She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. Oh, good, because I was starting to get lost in the plot. I didn't even remember who did that. You could just ignore her when she gets moody. Oh, it's that. I understand. Wink, wink. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki. Always full of energy. Negative energy. And this is Yuri. Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? I'm assuming you could just call her Monica, right? It's not like some different pronunciation. Monica. Okay, that's the one I definitely knew, but like they didn't credit her. It's great to see you again, Puddin'. Monica smiles sweetly. Oh, jeez. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year, so we're basically, like, dating. Monaco's probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, and hormonally charged. Basically completely out of my league. Is that why she's flirting with you? So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. He's like interrupting his own thought with his words. Sit down, Puddin'. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. Oh no, it's a catch-22. What am I gonna do? I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Oh, we're gonna play a game. Still feeling awkward, I take the seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. She smacks me over the head with it. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Wow! Wow! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. But I'm allergic to that, so that's like no good. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monika, then I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. At least they think it's icing, we're not sure. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers. Okay, dork. Looking for the best angle to take a bite. This is like me when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I used to eat burgers by eating around the circle, and then at the last bite would be me eating the center. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Oh no. Oh no, like 5 girls like me. What am I going to do? Is she waiting for me to take a bite? Well, duh. I bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. Wait, didn't she say she did? This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything, baka. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you know, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Oh my gosh. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of us before setting down the teapot and the to the cupcake tray. You keep the whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. Flung out. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I was like, they're not great, but tea's alright. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? Well, I have this friend that, like, twisted my arm. I was afraid of this question. Why? You know, you can just answer it, like, what the crap? Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monika that I was practically dragged here by Sayori, but I don't understand why not. Would that, like, destroy your cred? Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so ... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Oh, bother. Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. I know that trip. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I mean, have you watched the news lately? I wouldn't even say that. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monika really is a great leader. It's like she has the biggest hood. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be really hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. You know, I'm starting to relate to this dialogue specifically, because I don't know how long I've been quote-unquote playing this, but holy crap, it feels like a long time. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. It's like, even though I'm like days away. Right, everyone? This is where they all chime in. Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. And I guess, did you get that much of an inkling just from meeting them right here? Because I don't know. Monika must have worked really hard to just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Yeah, especially the girl on the left. She was super excited to see me. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with her level of enthusiasm about literature. So Puddin', what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Dr. Seuss! Manga. Oh, okay. We have different ideas of easy answers. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Why would you half joke with yourself? Just say it out loud. Atsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. I knew a girl like this in one of my classes in college, actually. I knew she was like into Doctor Who. So I would start talking about Doctor Who in class, and she would kind of like look back very briefly, but she would never engage. The thing about it was that she hated me. So I would start using things that she liked in conversation just to see if I could get her to do anything. And I could tell it was incredibly hard for her whenever I spoke about things that she was actively involved or interested in. Because every time I'd bring them up, she'd want to turn around and say something, but half the time she'd just make like very sarcastic noises, or just like not even really. She would try not to give me the time of day, but it was just her little reactions that made me know that I was getting under her skin a little bit. And maybe that makes me evil, I don't know. But either way, it was kind of funny, because she just outwardly hated me, and so I was just having fun with that. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. Oh man, what's she gonna do to me? What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Oh, that was him talking. I thought she said that. I was like, whoa. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. Oh my gosh, what is she doing? My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Big fan of Tolkien? The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. Telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yeah. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. Okay, so this game, I'm gonna take another break real quick. This game is heavily revolving around me clicking through dialogue in such an uninvolved way. Is this just a novel game? Like it's one of those, I forgot what you call them. I know this genre of game exists, where it's basically just an vaguely interactive story. The only problem with that is the fact that there's like low engagement from the person doing it. So I don't know how many people are actually actively involved in reading it, because like this is impressive for a book, but to label it as a game creates an expectation that this is so far not providing. I was like, don't get me wrong, if this is like a story like where you're just like reading it to see it, and then the pictures and the visualization with the music are just helping create an environment, like that's one thing. But if this is a game, I'm gonna expect to make some choices or do something. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Jeez, she's speaking my language. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? As a writer with a difficulty creating new content, this is like foreign. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. Loved those goosebumps. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I should probably get the same level of engagement. That is correct, Swish! Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. I guess you could say I'm gentle. Like, what? But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. I was like, it envelops me, it takes over, it possesses me. I'm not even me anymore. I'm the character in the book. Surreal horror is often successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Oh man, I started a fight. Fight. Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. What did I do? That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? And that's why she looked at me. What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud, and give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Shiori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands over her shoulders. Starts massaging her. Or something. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet? They never are. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. See, my thing was that when I started writing, I immediately wanted to share it with people. And when I would get into a writing class or a club, I certainly wasn't hiding anything. Because everyone was sharing, so it was like, well, if I share, like, it'll either get buried by someone else or someone else will find it interesting. I was never really ashamed of my writing in that sense. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have a writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. ... I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment, and honestly, I think that's a good point for me to take a break, because I'm pretty sure I played for a really long time, and I'm not sure how much more of this vapid dialogue I can take in one sitting. So, I'm gonna take a little break, And we'll come back to this later, probably.